Okay, hello. Okay, listen. This what we're going to do is I'm just going to a quick review with you. The point here is that I'm going to introduce the sixth child. Okay, it's the present perfect part two and the present perfect progressive. So here we go, and this is a website right here. If you want it, you can. It's you can go on it and just practice your verb tense. It's online. It's free if you want. Okay. Here is, let's go, this one here, okay? The idea here is you are EDs, okay? Just notice that the ED has to be pronounced well. It's easy to write, okay? ED, walk, walked. So it's pronounced like a T, okay? So here, okay, it's pronounced like a T. Okay, lived, it's pronounced like a D. Okay, studied, a D. Traveled, a D. What's going on? Visited, ID. Relieved, D. Ordered, oh, D. My goodness, they're all D's mostly. Here it says, I have driven. So when you say I have driven to Toronto in the past, I have not driven to Toronto in the past, for example, okay? When you say I walked, see, I walked, I have to pronounce it like a T, to the movies last night. The negative would be I didn't like the movie I saw, okay? But when you say here, I gave my brother my bicycle, I did not give my brother my cell phone. I would have to probably say yesterday or last night because with the simple past, you need a definite time in the past. Did you know, for example, go? These are all irregular verbs. Okay, so like walked. This is the simple past, but it could also be the past participle. I have walked to my home 3 times. Okay, but with go, the irregular verbs, they have go. The simple past is went, and the past participle is gone. For leave, it's left and left. It's the same one, okay? But for driven, it's the past is simple past is drove, and then it's driven. Eat, the past is ate, and then it's eaten. Sing, it's sang, and then it's sung. And the last one is give, gave, and the past participle is given. Okay? Now here, there. If I say, okay, if I say here, I have been in Ireland once. Okay, we know that's a present perfect, and that's what you know. But I want you to now start thinking of it as context A. Okay? The idea is, I'll make it a little bit smaller. The idea is context A, because that's the main context for the present perfect. A past action that happened in the past, but the time is vague. Okay? But it's finished. Okay? Whereas here, I went to Ireland 1 week ago, and my key word there is 1 week ago. It's definite time in the past, so I have to use the simple past. Now, let's continue here. Well, if I say, compare these. Now, this is going to be interesting. Okay? It's the verb to be, and I have to use the present perfect. Sick for 5 weeks. And I have been, it's a verb to be as well. It's a present perfect in Toronto twice. Now, do you notice, because I notice, there are 2 different contexts. And here we could say, let's make it a little smaller. We could say it's context A, okay, And this is context B. Oh, McCarthy, what are you saying? The same verb tense has two different contexts? Bingo! Context A is the main meaning, the main context. A past action, we don't know when it happened. I have seen this movie before, and it was truly beautiful. Notice that when you say I have been to Toronto twice, now that's the context A of the present perfect. If you want to give added information about those trips, it's automatically the verbs that are said after are automatically in the simple past. So I have been to Las Vegas once, and I saw a monkey kissing a dog. Okay, so if I give more information after, I'm vague, I have been, or I have seen, or I have done. It's always in the simple past. Okay, now look here. I sick for 5 weeks. Do you see the duration here? I see it. Okay, sick for 5 weeks. Okay. If it's duration, automatically, the context is different. Okay, and the context is different. Well, we have to do I have been sick for 5 weeks. Notice I'm using have been, but they're two different contexts. Okay. Make this a little bit bigger, like here. Okay. So I just want you to know that this is possible. This second context, context B, exception only for non-action verbs. They're called stative verbs, like know, love, own. You look at anywhere and you'll find stative verbs. There are basically 5 categories: emotions, ownership, relationships. Okay, what? Yeah. So your job is to notice that be is a non-action verb. Okay, you can't say I have been being. You can't say that. So you have to, for these, just the same idea, just to help you to understand. Can we say I am being happy? No, we can't use the present progressive, so we have to say the same thing in the simple present. I am happy. Can I say I was being happy? Can't say it in progressive. No, so we have to say the same thing in the simple past. I was happy. Same thing here. Can we say I have been being happy? No. We have to say the same thing again using the present perfect. I have been happy. Now let's go here. Now let's get to this. Is interesting. This is new, okay? I have been eating an apple for 2 minutes. You see the duration for 2 minutes? And it's not finished, it's continuing. Up to now, I have been eating an apple. So this is the present perfect progressive or continuous. This is the new verb tense. And here, compare with I have eaten an apple I have eaten an apple in my life. This is a present perfect, and it's a past action that we don't know when it happened. So look at here, eat. What kind of verb is eat? It's an action verb. And an action verb, there's no exception. If there's a duration, now we go to the present perfect progressive. Okay, I have been eating an apple, and you have for 2 minutes. Okay. Again, here. Simple past. I drove to Toronto last week. I think that's clear for you. It's easy now. I have driven to Toronto once, many times. That is, which context is that? For the present perfect. Remember, it has 2 now, A and B. Which one is this? Context, come on. A, the main one. Okay, here, present perfect tense. Well, you know that you have your subject and your auxiliaries always have, except third person singular, and your verb is past participle. It's gone. So go, went, gone. These are the irregular verbs. But look at walked. For the regular verbs, the simple past and the past participle is identical. Okay? Now look here. Simple past, do you see how easy that is? Went, it doesn't change. Even here, it's always went. The negative is did not go. For all of them, it's really easy. Okay, now this one. Present perfect progressive. If I say my auxiliaries have been. I have two auxiliaries. And my verb is present participle with the ing. So I have been dancing. The difference is he or she, it has been dancing. The rest are all have. And look, here is a good example. I have been dancing for 2 hours. See the duration? Okay. Now, this is just a quick way of explaining it to you. This verb tense, the present perfect progressive, because this is your sixth child. Okay. I just could ask you right here, if I may, how long? Yeah, that is the information word for duration. So it's normally used for the present perfect progressive. How long have you been studying at Garneau? Okay? How long have you been studying at Garneau? Imagine you can answer that question using the present perfect progressive. Okay? Hopefully this is clear for you. Any other questions? You ask me in class, or you can send me a mail. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.